In this video I'm going to tell you about a clinical trial where a simple remedy you can easily do yourself completely relieve 58% of tension headaches and partially relieve the whole heap more. Now, if you suffer from tension headaches, you'll know that it often means a life of suffering and symptom relieving drugs. Now, this is a far better solution, so in this article I'll show you what was done and of course how to do it yourself. Now, the way I'll do this is to first go over what tension headaches are and how they're diagnosed. I'll then go over what the scientists did and how you can do this yourself. And finally go over a few ways you might even be able to do better. Now let's look at what tension headaches are. Now they're your common headaches, also known as muscle contraction or stress headaches. Now, there's no laboratory test or imaging that shows a tension headache, and as I'll discuss later, doctors don't know what causes them. Now basically, if it fits the pattern I've got here, and doctors don't find another cause, it's a tension headache. Now I deliberately said doctors don't know the cause. And most of the medical journals and even the Mayo Clinic website will tell you that the cause is unknown or uncertain. However, there's a big number of scientific journals and articles that say that there's several causes, with the main ones being referred pain from myofascial trigger points in the muscles of your head, neck and shoulders. Now, trigger points are those tender lumps in your muscles that therapists find and have been shown to refer pain as shown in this diagram. Now, everything that goes into my videos has legitimate scientific backing, so I'll link an article in the description with the details and references. But in the trial I'm about to tell you about, they treated trigger points and 58% had complete relief, so that pretty much speaks for itself. So, why do the medical journals say they don't know? Well, that's simple. Medical researchers and journals rely heavily on drug company funds. Now, if the doctors were told to look for trigger points, the drug companies will sell a lot less drugs. It's that simple. Now, what's best for people like you is way down the priority list. Now, let's look at the trial. The patients were adults who have been suffering at least 3 tension headaches a week for several years. Now, previous research have found the trigger points in the muscles I've got listed here refer pain to your head, so they were examined, and the trigger points were treated using pressure techniques where pressure or pinching was used. Now, it's important to remember for later that this was only done once. Now, following this treatment, 58% of the patients had complete relief, while others had partial or no relief. Now, as I said before, you can do these yourself. Now, the techniques the scientists use are very simple. Now, we've got an excellent guide which I'll link in the description. It's called Your Complete Guide to Pressure Points and Massage for Headaches with Self-Help Advice. Now, it shows you how to examine for trigger points, several self-treatment options, plus has pictures and detailed treatment for each of the muscles. To do this therapy, you just follow the guide. Now, I said before, you may be able to do even better. Now, understand that this trial was just a simple one to see if trigger points were involved and if treating them was helpful. Now, we can modify what they did based on my 27 years as a chiropractor and a heap of other research. Now, as I said, the trial only used one application of therapy, but you sometimes need several applications of therapy to relieve a trigger point, and more still to completely eliminate them. Therefore, if you use repeated applications rather than just one, you should get better results. Now, if you had to go and see a therapist for this, that might be a problem. But if you can do it yourself, that's easy. Now, the pressure techniques they used in the trials have been widely used for a long time, but in our guide, there's trigger point techniques that are easier, more comfortable and more effective. Now, you'd be better off doing them. Now, lastly, several studies in my experience as a chiropractor have found that restrictions in the movement of your upper vertebrae of your spine usually go hand in hand with those trigger points and either add to the headaches or cause headaches in their own right. Now, the trial didn't address these at all, but you probably should. Again, we cover that in the guide. Anyway, look, I hope this has been a big help. To do this therapy, just check out our guide linked in the description. Yeah, it's simple to follow, easy to do, and based on a lot of really solid research. Hey, thanks very much for watching. It's been most appreciated. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the description.